Hello and welcome to this week's episode of So Fired. I'm Chelsea Toronto.
I'm Dr. Lindsay Regier.
And welcome. This week is our very first week of 2023.
Yeah.
So we're doing it.
We're doing it. We made it.
We were just saying off air that it feels like, I've been checked out of life.
Same. I've been very checked out of life since like December 23rd, I think.
Oh, that's not that long ago. I have no memory of life before this moment right now.
Agreed. I was trying to think of what I did last week. I'm like, literally nothing.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh, so fired?
Yeah,
Before
so
we
fired.
do some recapping?
Yeah. Speaking of doing absolutely nothing all week, I spent way too much time on Instagram and just like reposting or like posting stupid stuff and whatever. But you know what?
What?
I'm officially an influencer now.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love that for you.
Yeah. So
I'm so envious.
So I had, you know how much we love smoothies?
I do. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the smoothie bowl company that's local reached out to me and they're like, hey, we love your content. Can we send you some gift cards so that you can come do some video content for us and get paid in free smoothies? I'm like, 100%.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
On your Dr. Lindsay?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Does Dr. Lindsay talk about smoothies?
I don't know. Apparently enough.
Who cares?
Maybe it gives the vibe that I would talk about smoothies, but...
because we do talk about smoothies a lot on So Fired.
Yeah, we do.
Well, maybe...
I guess, I'm going to cross-channel it to So Fired, so...
Cross-promote?
Yeah, cross-promote.
Yeah.
I guess I probably...
Okay, really, I don't mean to interrupt, but for Christmas, Lindsay was lucky enough to receive strawberry pound cake from Bath and Body Works from a family member. Lip gloss. So she's wearing it. And let me tell you, not only is it juicy to the lips, it is very fragrant.
Yeah.
So I can smell her juicy strawberry shortcake lips over here. I'm like, You don't need candles. We just need you to wear lip gloss.
I know, exactly.
Anyway, so congrats on that.
Yeah, thanks.
When do we get those free gift cards?
Hopefully soon. That was a few days ago. So
Great.
we'll be going to get smoothies. And
Where are they located? And who are they?
Bear Bowls.
Hey.
That is not the right word. I can never remember. I want to say Bear Essentials, but that's makeup. Bear.
Here, look it up so we can give. Oh, later we'll give them a props,
I will
like
give
a
you
proper.
a proper shout out. Bear Blends.
That sounds delicious.
Smoothies in Centennial.
That sounds far away.
Yes. It's a little bit beyond our range that we like to stay in, but
It's a full day of everything.
Yeah, but we'll make a day of it.
I can't wait.
What's your So Fired moment?
Okay, mine is New Year's.
Oh, okay.
Should we go there now?
Yeah, before we get fully into our episode, I just want to say that it is sponsored today by Three Spirits.
Oh, I love Three Spirits, especially as we just celebrated New Year's. I know I enjoyed some of Three Spirits, non-alcoholic spirits.
Yep. And also, if you are doing dry January, now's the perfect time to dabble in it. So this is where Three Spirits comes in. It's designed by plant scientists and bartenders. And Three Spirits drinks combine plants used for centuries to stimulate the palate, the mind, and the body. So more energy, deeper sleeps, and connections enhanced. And if you're not sure which one to start with, they have a fun little quiz on their website.
Oh.
So they can tell you what you want.
We should do that quiz.
Yeah, we should.
We'll come back. We'll report on which
one they recommended.
Yeah.
And we personally love the Blurred Vines one. It's a little like a bubbly flavor. It's so good. So if you're either, sober curious, doing dry January, or just want to try something new, go to threespirits.com/SoFired and use code SoFired15 for 15% off your purchase.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so like we said, we just finished up on New Year's. My New Year's, you guys, we've been talking about this. I had a great experience. Did a couple of weeks ago at Whiskey Row. I met some, had fun, danced with somebody, and wanted to recreate what can't be recreated. So there we go. That is my So Fired moment. No, so got this in my mind, which I really had nothing to go off of. No reason in which I thought I could recreate this and that the person would be there. But it was like, it was a cute idea and I wanted to follow through. So I did, in fact, go back down there and it was an entirely different vibe.
Oh, okay. In which way?
The DJ was terrible.
Oh.
They got like a 2.5 3 out of 5 only because you showed up and you did your best. And then, which wasn't really good enough for a New Year's party. So I was super bummed about that. What happened? The crowd was definitely different. There wasn't one real tall person in there. But I got to tell you, so...
What do you have against short people dancing?
I don't, but I was like, okay, if nothing else, if I can't remember what this guy looks like, I know he's he's shoulders and heads over everybody. Okay. And that was not him. Because I realized I wasn't able to pick this person out. Tyler could have been there and I wouldn't have recognized him. I was like, great. Good on me. So it was getting very dire because New Year's is rolling around and I was starting to panic that I had no one to go with. Because the pressure of New Year, not just the pressure, like I on a normal day would be okay, like rolling up. But I gotta tell you, I get a little self-conscious at a dance club when you're by yourself. People pick up that you're by yourself. Mm-hmm. Now, so while I was there, I was lucky enough at the last second to like rope somebody in, sink my teeth into it, and was like, you need to come with me. It was Connor from work. That's how desperate I was. So hats off to Connor for making New Year's because he's 28 and he's just adorable. He gives off like Zac Efron vibes.
Oh, I like it.
I did too. I really enjoyed it. And he's just like so Zac Efron vibes. And I was lucky enough to enjoy that on New Year's Eve. So when I first got there, the lighting was different. I remembered it looking a little different.
Was everything a little more fuzzy on the edges last time? Or
it must have been. It was just like lovely. It was like... Yeah, it was a little more like like those filters that have sparkles.
Yeah, like
a
little like it hits the light. Like
yeah. No, that's what it was like last time. This time it was dark.
No,
people were so young. It's like, oh shit. I was starting to panic, and I was like, I don't have anyone here. I don't know where to go. I went back to the exact same spot, and it wasn't. And then so I was starting to get a little pissed, panicked, pissed. Like all these emotions were racing through me, and I'm like, okay. Let's take a beat. Let's just see how this goes. Let's not base these few minutes and these few feels and say that this is a representation of the entire night. So I gave it a second. I did have Connor there, but like, he's great to go out with. He and his friend, great to go out with because they would like lose you for a minute. Oh. And then you'd find them again. Yeah. And I was okay being alone for like a period of time knowing that like, oh, my friends are just in the bathroom. Yeah. Which they were upstairs. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know there was an upstairs.
They're somewhere in this building.
I wasn't aware because we didn't see it last time. Anyway, so I find them, and slowly I start appreciating New Year's for what it was. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here is how the New Year's gods were on my side. I chose to drive down there.
Mm-hmm. Did you drive yourself, or did Connor go with you?
They got there maybe 45 minutes ahead of me.
Oh, okay.
I was able to procure all the things that I wanted to procure to enhance this experience, so I was enlightened. I chose to drive myself. Was ready. I even so I got down there, and Connor's like, "Are you far away?" Oh, no. He calls me while I'm still at home, and he says, "Hey, there's a 45-minute wait." He stood in line for an hour.
No.
I rolled up. Okay, parking was really hard.
Yeah.
I was able to find a parking structure that was only a good block and a half away. So given the circumstances, that's not that bad. There was snow and ice, but whatever. It was like booking because he was like, if you can get here soon, we're starting to like get to the entrance. Okay. So I found a spot. I saw the security person. I was like, if I leave my car here overnight, is it going to get towed? She's like, no, you're fine. So I run down the street, like literally in the middle of the street to get there. And he's like super close to the door. Oh. And he's like, Chelsea. I was like, so he comes to on the backside of the bouncer and he's like, she's with me. Can she come in? Checks my ID. And then we walk right in.
You're like, And your outfit was so sick.
It was sick, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, you would have been let in VIP.
I don't know that I was. There were so many people. It snaked around. So I don't know if you're familiar with it, but you should check it out because it does kind of switch back. Oh. Like a ramp to get up. And it switched back quite a few times and then down the block a little bit.
Oh, man.
Oh, man is right. So we get in and I kind of assess and I'm like, ugh. It does kind of settle in and it's fun. The DJ, it was such a bummer because even he's like, hey, I don't want to say this, but I was like, I know, right? Let's not put it out there, but bummer. Super fun time. And shenanigans with that young man. Shenanigans. I was like...
That's what you were looking for, some shenanigans.
Okay, so I'm like, Connor, you need to get your shit together. And then I was like, wait a minute. I'm enjoying it.
You're like coaching him on life. Like, this is what you need to be doing. Like, you know what? We're doing this. Like, I see this for you. And like, we're doing on like Hike to Enlightenment, basically. But we're in the club. And like, let me just tell you what I see in your future.
And then I was like, oh my God, I'm with you. And I'm enjoying, I'm ringing in the new year with you. He's like, DUI's deep. And like, just broke up with his girlfriend because he's kind of like Frank the Tank when he gets started.
Oh.
And I'm just like, Connor, come on, buddy. You gotta, otherwise you're gonna write, this is, you're at a precipice here. Which sliding door are you gonna take? And I was like, what the fuck do I know, dude? Ooh, I wasn't supposed to swear.
That is my favorite trope, though, like sliding doors. And like, you have this choice or this choice.
So fun. Now, this is where the night continues to be like angels on my shoulder. His friend played this character. You've seen this in a movie where he's like the silent guy. He looks very nice. He's got this very nice 3/4 length blazer on. He looks sharp. Come to find out, he worked also at Pachi's.
Oh.
Okay. So that's how Connor met this guy. His name is Ray, I think. And Ray was just silent, but always there. And like, he would find me.
Is he tall?
Nope.
Oh, nope.
He's young, but I just appreciated him that he was always like, Chelsea, get in here. And then later he's like, where's your jacket? And I was like, when we first came in, it's like in there. And then there's a sweater that's like stuffed down underneath. And he gets them both.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I don't want to go yet, Ray. And so he's just standing there with my jackets.
Oh.
I was like,
while you're dancing?
Yes. And I was like, oh my God, I have not spent time with a person that will hold my jacket willingly and like actually go get it from behind the couch. I was like, wow, this is a neat feeling.
Wow.
So then Ray's like, come on, you guys, we gotta go. And we're like, we don't want to. And he's like, it's literally time to go. And then we all like, Connor and I found a way to like break up and like disperse and then we're like, catch us. Shenanigans. So finally he's like, you guys, like I can start to hear the concern in his voice that like we're not gonna go willingly into the car.
Herding cats, as they say.
Oh yeah, but like spiteful cats. So this is how great my night was. He's like, I am sober, you two. I will drive Chelsea's car to Chelsea's house, park the car in Chelsea's parking spot, back it in like I do, and then he just by the grace of God happened to park at Pachi's, which is in my building parking lot.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I literally got my own personal driver to drive my car home into my parking spot. All I had to do was like take the elevator. I'm like, bye guys, thanks. They're like, maybe we'll see you again. So I was like, they were like, do you want to keep? Absolutely not. I do not want to keep bartering.
No, we are done.
No, this is over. So I get into the house. It's fine. They're like, oh, we're not going to keep.
I get that feeling because, when I used to go out all the time and people are like, yeah, let's keep going. I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, no, we're still going. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, I would have enjoyed that story if you said you were the one that was like, let's keep going.
I mean, I have been that person. And then they're like, no. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah. During when we first got started, I was like, we can meet Julia after, and then after we can meet. And I was like, no. I had a party the following day. So on the 1st, Jen.
How late did you stay out on New Year's?
I think I was home at like 3:30 or 4.
Wow.
Like asleep at 4.
Wow. And
then Jen's annual Mardi Gras, the kickoff of the Mardi Gras season in the Southern culture is, sorry, I don't really know a lot about it, but I know that she celebrates the beginning of the Mardi Gras season. That was at 1.
I literally just went to bed.
I was like, I gotta be honest, 2.
Yeah.
I actually think I said 2 the day before to kind of manage that expectation. Like, I'm definitely coming. You can count on me. I said I would. That's what I do now. I do the things I say I do. But not at 1.
Not at 1. 2.
So then 2 became a little closer to 2:45. So I was there and it was fun. And I met some new people and I reconnected with friends that I had met in the past. And now they are followers. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for following.
And now we're going to spend time together, which I'm really excited about. I'd like to thank Jen for hosting us because that was amazing and the best time. Oof, it was a doozy getting there. Anyway, I stayed till 7.
Oh, see?
It was super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that on that. So, long story short, it's okay that things aren't the same. You can still learn to appreciate, despite the fact that it's not the same expectation you had.
Yeah. Appreciate something else that happened.
Yeah, like hey,
Manage your expectations.
let's find something new to be excited about.
That's true. I knew you would have a good time. But I remember the last time I went out for New Year's Eve,
When was the last time you went out for
I
New
think it
Year's
was
Eve?
like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
To the View House, kind of across from Whiskey Row.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that would. Yeah.
And
Okay.
we bought tickets to go to the New Year's party, but even though you buy tickets, you still have to wait in line. I was like, well, this is bullshit.
Yeah, it
But
is.
luckily I had a short ass skirt on and Austin was dressed up. So they're like, okay, you can come in.
Hey, can we talk about
Yeah.
something else that's bullshit?
Yeah.
I have not taken this to Instagram, but I'm gonna. Amazon. Have you tried to order anything recently?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, guys, do you know what we're upset about? We are upset that Amazon, up until like 2 weeks ago, you could count on them. You paid a membership called Amazon Prime, in which for $100 a year, you could expect to receive your Amazon packages within 2 days. Then even sometimes you could have same day delivery. You could literally have it now. So in the pandemic, like many people, you got me hooked, Amazon. You got me hooked because now I don't even know where to buy these said items that I think I need. Or the items that I do
Right.
in fact need. I don't know where to go. If in fact I do remember where I buy these things, they don't have them in stock. So I was looking at something and it was like, if it was December 20th, they said I could have it December 27th.
Yes. I
What?
know.
I thought, okay, this is just a holiday anomaly.
No.
I got back on yesterday. I wanted to buy something else nonsense and nonsensical. And now they're telling me January 7th.
Yeah.
What?
You know
the
what?
F?
I ordered all my presents off of Amazon and I bought Austin some new shoes and I ordered a size 11. The receipt says size 11. The order says size 11. The box says size 11. Size 10 shoes.
Yeah.
So I returned them and then I reordered them. This was maybe like the last week of December. They're like, estimated delivery time is February 23rd.
Whoa.
I'm like, what?
What is this? What is happening?
And then I got an update. They're like, no, it will actually probably be here in like a week or so. And I ordered like some scrunchies. I'm like, why do scrunchies take 2 weeks to get delivered? Yeah.
You know they're in the warehouse. So
Yeah, Amazon, like, what is happening?
So now people are going to get into a lawsuit. So people are entering into a lawsuit that says now you're taking
Just taking
liberty.
liberty.
A lot of liberty. So what is going on?
I don't know. And then I have to return all the presents that I bought and then like reorder them to ship them to a different address back home.
That's a drag.
So I'm like, oh my God, I don't know when you guys are going to be getting your stuff because it's going to be like a month from now.
Yeah. So it's not, I'm trying to think about it. It's not a supply chain issue because that seems to no longer be a thing unless
Right.
businesses want to blame it on it. And then there's certainly a workforce.
There is, unless people were just like, okay, we're done now.
I really can't wrap my head around it.
me
And
either.
Amazon, like, are you not making enough money? Like, you have us all hooked.
Yeah.
Kind of the world.
Like literally everything I get from Amazon.
Not to mention Whole Foods and all
I
that.
know.
I'm like, Jeff Bezos, now you're going to, like, mail it in?
Yes.
No pun intended.
If I could get a refund on my Prime membership or a discount, thank you. I don't know what's happening there.
I just want some answers. Okay, we were talking about things that get us riled up.
Oh, well, there's actually one other thing I forgot to tell you. 'Cause
What's that?
I've developed a new eating disorder.
Great.
Yeah.
I hope to get one. It's kind of one of my New Year's resolutions, actually.
Well, this one is like, I am so sick of the motion of even eating food
Yeah, I go through that. Honest to
that
God.
I just like don't even want to do it.
Right.
Like nothing even looks good.
Nope.
I don't want to cook anything. Takeout doesn't even look good.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing at all. I'm like, no, I just am like too lazy to even eat food.
So what are you
And then my
considering?
husband's like, so are you make dinner? I was like, like I don't want to.
Why don't you make your own dinner?
Yeah. So I've just been drinking like not even like a smoothie, just like protein powder with water.
The preparation of food is exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
It
This
is.
is where I live. Mm-hmm. Food
I get that
is
now.
it's very taxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
And it's like,
jeez Louise.
I'm like, I don't know what to eat or like what I should be eating.
Okay,
that
this
would
is
make me like
literally-
hungry again or like make me want to eat. And it's just very discouraging because like I'm not like a foodie or by any means. Like I don't live to eat. I like eat to live. Like, I just need sustenance to get me by. Now I'm just even sick of that.
So, this week's episode.
So now we're done with our intro.
So this week got me thinking about showing up. Obviously, everybody's talking about New Year's resolutions. Okay, you posted yesterday, Gwyneth Paltrow gave you the permission not to. You know what it is? When you get old, you're like, I don't give a shit. I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
I am getting out of bed. I'm attempting to pay bills. Like, my family's intact to some degree. Like, there's no more you can ask for. Like, you just kind of give up. And I am old enough or closer in age to Gwyneth that I'm like, I don't give a shit.
I guess, like, I feel like I need to have something at some point, or like a goal.
That's because you're still
somewhere.
cute and young.
Yeah.
When I was at the club, it was early enough that there was still space, right? Everybody was kind of like taking their territory, right? And there was a gentleman closer to my age. And he's like, hey, I just want to give you a heads up. My wife and sister are in the bathroom, but, I'm sure there's enough room where we can all. And I was like, I can appreciate that. So then his wife comes out and she is closer to my age. And I was like, I always say this. I'm like, we deserve this more than they do. I was like, the fact that we got dressed up, we put heels on, we drove, walked, stood in line, we're here. And she was like, 100%. I'm just saying, like, go us. Point being, when you're old, certain things do and don't matter.
Yeah.
Whether or not I lose weight, I'd like to.
Sure.
Is it going to happen?
Same.
If I stopped eating cookies or if I worked out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
it got me thinking, New Year's resolutions, who do you show up for? Who and when do you choose to show up? So Lindsay chose not to. I know we were all betting. I know
we're all betting. Okay, I'm like,
come clean.
Yeah, when you're like, okay, this is the episode. I was like, oh, so this is like the episode where it's like, Lindsay's a shitty friend and didn't show up for me on New Year's Eve, and we're gonna call her out.
No. All I wanted was you to text me Happy New Year's.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't, because I didn't talk to anyone on New Year's.
I know, but I don't
feel like it.
Well, I know, but it means something to me.
And I didn't realize that.
Guys, I'm a real particular on like birthdays. I was raised where you have to roll over and text. And if you don't text the minute your eyes open, you're a bad person. And
you're dead to me. And like,
kind of.
You're a terrible
And I don't
person.
know why I needed you, because the last thing I texted you was like, what are you doing tonight? And you're like, yoga and bada. And it was very flat. It was already like setting the tone. And I think I thought I would expect, I don't know, because you know what? I felt very like alone and abandoned.
Yeah, and then I was gonna call you back later. And I was like,
oh, I don't need.
Well, I missed you before you went to work, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna call.
Oh, work was a shit show. It was great. It was so fun. We were like, at one point, I'm like, we're gonna do a 3-way and mop these floors, ha ha ha. And my bosses were like, what? But like, did I talk about my miserable Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So my mom asked me not to spend it with her, and so I'm still hurting and feeling a little abandoned. I need to
and then I didn't tell you Happy New Year's.
Okay, anyway, I knew you'd think that this is about you. It's not.
It's about me. It's always about me.
You're like, I hear you.
I'm like, this is the most passive-aggressive way to settle this discussion.
You guys, one time we received a question, ask your bestie, and it's like, do you guys ever argue? Well, when we do, it looks like this. Yeah. I say something via text. She'll call. I don't want to talk about it. Because what am I going to say? I already said it. And then 4 to 8 hours go by.
And then it's fine.
And then it's fine. And then it's always on a Monday. But are we at the point yet where it's like, I just wonder, like, who do we show up for? Do we show up for ourselves? Because we're talking about New Year's resolutions. Do we care about that? And, like, when we do show up for people, who are they? Do we consistently do it? And what are the circumstances in which we do that?
I mean, I feel like I show up 99% of the time, but...
Yeah. This isn't entirely about you, but and on a larger level.
That, like, sometimes if it's not, like, clearly spelled out, like, hey, like, this is going on right now, that's like a blind spot for me, just like personally, like, oh, like I didn't know that. Like my friend, oh my god, this is really sad, I cried about this all weekend. My friend Lindsay had to put her dog down. Aww. And she was like texting me and like all these things. I'm like, okay, like I get it, like I'm here for you right now, and like you need some support, and like you need me to like I was crying and like oh my gosh. So
can I say something?
Yeah.
R.I.P. What's the little guy's name?
Griffin.
Griffins dog, he was a Jack Russell Terrier. And how do I know this? Because I bought a couch from Lindsay, and the throw pillows that were on the couch have Griffin hairs still.
Yeah.
So Griffin makes me sneeze every night because those sofa throw pillows are now on my bed.
Yeah.
So I think of Griffin frequently. Honest to God, like I take an allergy pill almost every other night because of Griffin. So I'm gonna. He's actively a part of my life.
Yes.
So I just want to, we're going to post this and tell Lindsay,
Yes.
like, I know, I'm so sorry, but I just want you to know he actively sleeps with me every night.
Oh.
So I'm glad you told me that story because
Yeah.
now I hope that this can give her, was he sick?
He's just old and like he wasn't comfortable anymore.
I am also mourning the loss of Stan. Do you know Stan, the little
No.
dog? He was missing an eye and his tongue would stick out. And I didn't know, and he's an internet
oh, that dog.
Yeah, and he always wore the cutest clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know him while he was alive. I've only known him as a puppy angel.
Oh.
But when I found out he died, I kind of really was choking crying. I was like, I don't even know you, and I'm very, very sad.
Yeah, I know. That's how I felt about. I don't know if that like got me like a little funk. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Why were you in a funk?
I don't know.
I did send you the text the night before that's like, hey, I know 2023 is going to have some,
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I sat around doing nothing for an entire week, and then like every single day I felt kind of guilty about it. I was like, oh, I should be doing this or this. I don't know if I sat around doing nothing for so long and like went on Instagram for too long that like kind of got me in like a weird mood, or I'm like, ooh, like I have to go back to work in a couple days.
I do think it was you have to return to your
I think so.
your reality.
I think so, and I just was not ready.
And that is a harsh reality at the moment,
Yeah.
right? And I think you've got big undertakings this year.
Totally.
And I think it's because it's the same year. It's the same calendar
Yeah, it's
year.
like the same calendar year.
That's going to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the text I sent you.
Yeah.
That was like, I get it.
It's like a lot, and I feel like there's the only like bright side. I'm like, okay, I think there's like an end game in sight, and like I think that like there's a bright side coming pretty soon.
Right.
But I think just like I'm like, yep, that's it. I'm like, yep, I'm feeling like very anxious about going back to work.
Don't forget, the best thing in your life is this.
I know.
Which includes me.
So like nothing personal against anyone who like reached out to me and I didn't respond to anyone on New Year's. I just like wasn't feeling it.
I get that.
And then that does make it hard to show up for people who do need you in the moment.
I'm like, just send a text. You don't even need to go. A couple besties episodes ago, someone asked, are you okay? And I was like, no. So while I'm okay and very hopeful for the future, I still have some emotional issues. You know what I realized? Spending time with dudes, I am a little more damaged than I thought I was. Didn't know. I'm a little, I'm okay here.
Yeah.
Life. But if you come near me and want to access any like emotions, I'm not great. I am not well.
Oh.
I didn't know I was so damaged.
Me either.
So that's kind of coming up.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. We talk about that more.
Oh, or not.
Or not.
I don't know how to fix it. But who do we show up for? I imagine you show up for your husband.
My husband, you, Layla,
Yeah.
my friends. Mm-hmm. Anyone who I try to keep like a closer inner circle, because if you need me, like I want to be available, and I can't like stretch myself too thin and try to like be there for every single person. And like sometimes it does go in waves where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like super present in your life, and like maybe not at this moment. And it's just like kind of ebbs and flows like that. And I feel like if you really do need me to show up in a time of need, I'm usually there. 99% of the time. If I'm feeling it.
Okay, there we go. If it's not New Year's. And I was like, there was a part of me that was grateful that you guys didn't show up, because you would have hated it. And you would have been so resentful. You wouldn't have stood in line.
No, actually, like, I forgot that was a thing to stand in line.
I forgot it was
But then I was like, oh, but maybe if I go, like, super duper late at night, it wouldn't be.
Perhaps, but I don't think that was the case.
Yeah.
And then the vibe wasn't the same vibe.
Right.
And I actually would have felt guilty. So as much as I needed you there, I was grateful you didn't go, because I would have felt responsible for your misery.
I'd rather go on any other night besides New Year's.
I don't need you then. I got people who want to come with me. So I was like, and then I did this for you. And I was like, no. You don't do things for friends so you can like cash in those emotional deposits.
Yeah.
And I didn't necessarily think like that, but I was like, when I need it. And again, if I didn't have such a very traumatic Christmas, I don't think, because that's still what I'm kind of chewing on. I wonder how long that's going to be an issue.
Give me a heads up.
Well, I didn't really know.
Yeah.
It kind of just dawned on me today. I was like, oh, this is that. So, I don't know. I don't know who I show up for. Obviously, I show up for you.
Yeah. All the time.
All the time. But that's important to me because I don't feel like anybody else wants me to show up in their life.
Oh.
I know, this isn't meant to sound so sad, but I guess that's what it is. I talked to a very good friend yesterday who shows up for me even when I don't feel like I show up for her. How are you? I haven't talked to you. And I was like, I gotta be honest. As much as I'm okay, I'm super hurt. I was like, I can smile and you can still function because I'm almost like embarrassed to be super hurt.
But if you don't like say like, hey, I'm super hurt, then it just kind of like will fester underneath the surface and drag on.
Yeah, I didn't tell you I was super hurt until
Yeah.
just now. And so she asked about it. She's like, you can lean into your friends. And I'm like, I really have only one friend I could. That's not true. I take that back. I walk it back. Sometimes asking your friends to do things that are usually reserved for family. It would have been weird if you and Austin had a traditional Christmas and I was like, hey, can I come over?
Yeah, but we don't have a traditional Christmas, so
I know, but
over.
if you would you have? I mean, I would have been like, "Hey, I'm crying," and "Mom, my family." I don't think you would have welcomed out of the sanctity and being sacred and having some traditions. I don't know that you guys would have welcomed me over.
True, it might have been the next day.
And which I probably wouldn't have been asking unless I needed it. So
Yeah.
how do you show up when you don't know how much people need you? And how we do one thing is how we do everything. But that's not true because like the way I show up for you is not the way I show up for my friends that live out of town.
Right.
And I feel a lot of guilt there because they need me too. And that's not great. That just because we are apart through circumstances beyond our control, why can't I do a better job?
I read this article and it was the 8-minute phone call. And for your friends.
Doesn't that seem overwhelming already? Just saying it.
Yeah. But it's like, okay, let's have an 8-minute phone call and then just like end it at 8 minutes. So
Once I get on,
Yeah.
I do have the anxiety of getting on. Once I get on, I'm fine. Carrie and I have she had this great idea and we're pretty good about doing it every week is having a FaceTime like every Thursday.
Yeah.
And I do look forward to it. But, having to recap your week can not feel great sometimes. What have you accomplished? Nothing. Where's my headspace? Low. I don't know.
Yeah, like, I don't want to recap it.
And do you really need to know, do you really care to know the ins and outs of my nonsense?
I mean, I think she does.
Obviously
yeah.
she does. She keeps calling back. So
I
thank
mean,
you.
it's just like you and me talking, but we talk like every single day.
And you seem to like my nonsense.
Yeah. It's just one long FaceTime call. So, you know what I also did? I was like, Google, how do you show up for friends?
I do love how you utilize Google. I'm like,
I have no thoughts, emotions, or feelings on me. I'm pretty flat.
I don't agree with that. However, what did Google say?
Google said, literally show up. Don't judge. Be honest about your wants and needs. Go to scary appointments with them. Ask them to do things out of their comfort zone.
Why is this your responsibility on them? This is how you show up.
This is how you show up for a friend. Be fully present.
Yeah, that's good.
This is actually what I do. Add reminders on your calendar of like special days.
For sure.
And everything.
Yep. That's what the calendar reminders
That's what the calendar's
are for.
Listen for like, I want, I need, I wish.
I need to come over.
Yeah.
It's Christmas Day.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay.
I think what we have to pick up on the very subtle, nuanced needs that aren't formally expressed. So what I find I need to do, I do it occasionally, usually enlightened, I'm trying to do it not, is what are the emotions that they're trying to convey despite the words that they're using.
Yeah. And that's not always something I pick up on because I'm just like going to say whatever I mean. There's not like an
Well, I know, but we're not
thing.
talking about you.
I know, but like if you say something and I didn't pick up on like a nuance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to
I'm
listen
like,
for emotions.
yeah.
This is a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
This is a true resolution that makes an impact in your life and others going forward.
Right.
And that's how I measure a good resolution. Like, does this enhance the quality of my life?
Totally. So
Just-
yeah, I would say, yeah, that's a good resolution for me. Just change who I am as a person.
No. You know what I've noticed is, and you've said this in the last 3 episodes, oh, I can't relate to that, therefore it means nothing to me.
Yeah.
Like you've said that, like, hey, I'm super excited. What did I say? That like, I have 5 friends that I spend time with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you believe how momentous or like the what am I saying? How the gravity of the situation? You're like, I can't. Therefore, I hear you. Therefore, I can't relate. It's like, Jesus.
Well, like, I'm excited for you.
There was something
can't
else
relate.
too, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I do love the person you are, and that's not different. So I don't know why today I'm like, oh, that means something.
I'm sure I'm not the only person out there who is like, can't relate.
No, I don't know them.
Well, if there's one person like me, I'm sure there's more people.
I do. I just care. I don't know them. I don't care to know them.
Like, I only need one person like that in my life.
Actually, you know what? My mom's like that.
Oh.
So is my brother, and so is my roommate. So I need someone to be like, yeah. You don't have to know it.
I don't have to know it, but I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I can
it.
celebrate for you.
Do you think karma keeps receipts? I heard it in a song.
Isn't that how karma comes back around?
I don't know. Do you really think that works? I like to think of,
I don't know.
unless
I guess,
it's like some person that wronged you and you're like, karma's coming for you. But I don't have that spiteful.
Me either. I don't really think about karma.
I heard the lyrics in a song, and I
Sounds like Taylor Swift.
yeah, I do think that's exactly who I heard it from.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So, anyways,
We're good.
we're good.
Let's wrap it up.
One more announcement. We have book club starting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So fired.
So Fired Book Club. So the book is called Citizen, an American Lyric. I'll post it on Instagram by the time this is out. And we'll be doing a live Instagram book club discussion on January 25th at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you can join in on the conversation and, give us your thoughts about the book. I did like a little preview and there's pictures in the book, which is fun.
Oh, you should order it now because Amazon
Yeah.
won't be able to get
Oh,
it to
yeah.
you. Did you just say that? I kind of
Oh,
checked
no.
out for a second.
No.
You should order it now because since Amazon is delivering 15 weeks out.
Yeah.
Or
Or get a digital copy, or
Can you?
I think so,
Okay.
somewhere.
All right.
Or
so-
go to your local bookstore.
or a
because-
library.
Yeah. Ooh, library. So we're very excited for our book club. So it's one more way for us all to hang out together.
Yay.
Yay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And thanks to Three Spirits for sponsoring today's
Yes,
episode.
thank you.
Dry January.
And question of the week, how do you show up for your friends?
They pick me up.
Let me know. Okay, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.